Good morning. It's May 18th, 2024. Well, we're getting some snow here.
Planning a 3-day motorcycle trip for a bunch of guys takes a fair bit of planning. Where do we go? Where do we stay? Daily distances, weather outlook, lunch and gas stops, hotel bookings, who will lead are just a few of the decisions that we have to make before departure. Luckily, I've been doing this for several years now, and it comes down to methodical planning so that we don't waste our time on the road. I decided to design a route that would take us to Mount St. Helens on day one, a place that I've never been to. Choosing a location to stay overnight then became easy. Planning a reasonable arrival time of 6 p.m. limited my choice of cities to overnight in Kelso. I also wanted to travel along the Pacific coast for day two, so it seemed natural to head north along the Olympic Peninsula and overnight in Port Angeles. Rather than rush back home on I-5 the following day, I decided that we would visit the Boeing Aviation Museum in Seattle on our last day and take a more scenic route through Whidbey Island and stay off the major freeways if possible.
Good morning. It's May 18th, 2024. And I'm just starting off here from Surrey, heading down to Blaine to catch up with 4 other fellows: Grant, Brent, John, and Ken. We'll meet at the Shell station in Blaine, and then head down south. One of the destinations we're going to try to visit today is Mount St. Helens, but we're not going to get very far because route Highway 504 is closed past Coldwater Lake due to massive landslide. Just as well because apparently it's supposed to be snowing on top of Mount St. Helens. Right now the weather is about, temperature is about 9 degrees and it's coming down. Look at the lineup to the border here. It's quite something. I didn't think it was going to be this bad. Luckily I have a Nexus card. I don't know what the Nexus line is going to be like, but well, that wasn't bad. I think there's probably an hour and a half wait at the border and 2 minutes on for the Nexus line. So yeah, and it looks like I'm the first one here. Well, the gang's all here. We're about 15 minutes late, and the rain has stopped. Poor John over here, he actually, he's putting on his rain gear now. Finally! We're still getting a little bit of intermittent showers here, but nothing like what we had when we left Blaine. And it's supposed to clear up later on in the afternoon, so we'll see.
Well, Volvos are like that though. They're very hard disc and a hard pad. They do squeal.
Well, we just finished stretching our legs, having some coffee and a breakfast sandwich at McDonald's. Back on the road. Still have 453 kilometers to go. And likely a little more rain before the afternoon. Well, we're getting some snow here, and it's down to 3 degrees, so have to be extra careful about the freezing.
I'll take tail if you like. He's down there already.
Doesn't matter.
Sure, I like being at the back.
Okay. Well, we're trying to find a place to have breakfast. Last town we were in, everything's closed up. It is Sunday. So this is Duffy's Irish Pub. We're going to check it out to see if they have breakfast. So we just come over here. Not sure exactly where we are on the route, but maybe an hour in. And we found this gold mine of a place called Duffy's Irish Pub. And surprisingly, it's open for breakfast. And quite spectacular on the inside. This is one of the best restaurant finds I've actually been to in a long while. Well, let's come in. Pull up a rocking chair next to the fire. Welcome.
Thank you.
So whereabouts are we?
Somebody walk out?
Whereabouts are we?
Grays River, Washington.
Ridge River?
Grays River.
Grays River. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
after Captain Robert Gray.
Okay.
Yeah, he discovered the Columbia River.
Okay.
And he named all these places, and he got so far, and he started just naming everything after himself. Grays River, Grays Bay, Grays Harbor.
Was he British?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
He discovered the Columbia?
Yep, it was never there before he showed up.
Yeah, but Lewis and Clark.
What about Lewis and Clark? That's all we hear about. Yeah.
We're rewriting history.
They discovered the main route.
They discovered the, yeah.
To get to the
Lewis and
Mississippi
Clark,
or
yeah.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Wouldn't that be Bishop Mountains? I find it like crap for a long
All right, did I get it right?
time. Yeah, I don't know how you did, but you did.
Okay. Does anybody need more coffee?
Yeah, please.
Okay. All 4 of you? Okay.
Yep, thanks.
Just a beautiful setting. Beautiful. So this building was originally built in 1870, 150 years ago. Looks like there's been a lot of additions. It's been added on. So we're just leaving Duffy's Irish Pub after a great breakfast, and Lorraine, the woman who served us, is a very, very charming lady. She filled us in on the history of this place. And it was, the original part of the building was built in 1870. The owner is 90 years old, and he doesn't make a lot of money, but he does it just because he feels that this is something that he should be doing. So what a great place, a great find, and you know what? We definitely have to write about it on TripAdvisor. So this is the Columbia River here, and the other side is Oregon. South Bend. We're about 30 minutes outside of Aberdeen. Oh, herons along the coast. There you go. A bit of a surf out there. So we're entering the city of Aberdeen. I think we'll stop here and fuel up. We're supposed to have lunch here. There's a clam chowder restaurant in downtown Aberdeen. But the consensus is that since we've had a full breakfast, we'll likely skip it. This is the Olympic National Forest here. This is Callalach State Park. The town of Forks. We passed by here a couple of years ago and we went to see the Timber Museum, and it was actually quite interesting where they have a real forest fire lookout. There, and all sorts of chainsaws. Some are 8 feet long. Well, we've arrived in Port Angeles at 5:30. We decided to skip Nia Bay because it was going to add another hour to our ride. And we're just about a mile away from the hotel. Royal Victoria Motel. Home sweet home. This is day 3 of our 3-day trip, last day. And we're just about to leave Port Angeles. It's about 7 o'clock. The weather looks very promising, nice and sunny. And we're about to head out to get some breakfast and travel through Bainbridge Island, catch the ferry into Seattle, and stop by at the Aviation Museum before heading back home. So the consensus is that we're having breakfast at Starbucks, coffee and a breakfast sandwich, and a quick departure. So I guess this is the Hood Canal here. Bainbridge Island. Catch the ferry. So this is Bainbridge Island over here, and we've got a 35-minute crossing to Seattle, downtown Seattle, and from there it's probably not more than maybe 20 minutes to get to the Aviation Museum, so it should be interesting. Downtown Seattle. This is the new Seattle Kingdom. And I think it's a baseball stadium over there. The ferry to Whidbey Island here. Ford Falcon.
They're all big boomers. Most of them are retired or so successful that they can take as much time off.
I've completed about 1,600 kilometers over the 3 days. Should be home by 6:45. Anyway, that's it for this trip. Next stop is Frankfurt and Heidelberg and the Euro Tour 2024.